for tonight rather is lateral earth pressure. So lateral earth pressure is the pressure exerted by soil on a vertical or near vertical retaining structure such as a retaining wall, basement wall, sheet pile, or foundation. So normally makauno na kita nga ang soil pressing downward is because of its weight, but ang soil also tends to push sideways, especially when it is confined by a vertical wall. So let's say magunaw-na tag ka ng jar lugar, nabot nga nimo ka ng balas, bot nga nimo balas. So of course, ang soil is wala lang na siya ga-push downward, pero ga-push gapon na siya all around sa kanang sa sideways kibali. So kani nga sideways push happens because ang soil, like any pile of material like sand, gravel, or even mga rice sa sako. So naturally wants to spread out in all directions. So not just downward, no. When a wall stops it from spreading, it pushes against the wall. So the deeper the soil, the stronger this sideways pressure becomes. So the main reason for lateral earth pressure is weight of the soil itself. However, it can get stronger if naay extra nga load on top of the soil, like cars parked near the wall or mga buildings nga gikuan sa excavation or heavy equipments. So it also increases if ang soil is saturated with water. Because water is maka-add na siya extra pressure sa pores sa soil, making the soil push harder sa dingding. So as you can see, there is a slides. We have two theories of lateral earth pressure, which is Rankin's theory and Coulomb's theory. And under both theories, we have three types, which is at rest earth pressure, active earth pressure, and passive earth pressure. Rankin's theory versus Coulomb's theory. So sa Rankin's theory, it is developed in 1857, and it is a simplified method for calculating the sideways pressure that soil applies on vertical retaining walls or surfaces. So to make the problem manageable, si Rankin assumed ideal conditions, which is ang soil is uniform and behaves the same sa tanan directions. And the ground surface is flat and stretches infinitely. So the wall is perfectly smooth ug upright with no friction against the wall. And when ma-fail ang soil, dili na siya, it does so along a straight line plane that starts at the base of the wall. So with these assumptions, Rankin was able to derive simple formulas for estimating earth pressure. So makakuha na nato na later on. And then for the Coulomb's theory, proposed earlier in 1776 by Charles Augustin de Coulomb. So, gi-introduce niya ang more realistic nga method sa pag-calculate sa lateral earth pressure compared sa Rankin's nga simplified model. So, instead of assuming everything was perfectly flat ug smooth, ang Coulomb si Coulomb studied the problem by looking at a soil wedge behind the retaining wall. So, nag-consider siya og kanang soil as a block that could potentially slide along a straight surface starting from the base of the wall. So, by analyzing the forces acting on the wedge, he came up with formulas to calculate earth pressure more accurately. So, sa karon nga gabi una, ato ang topic is mag-focus sa Rankin's theory. So, nakoy video diri to make you understand more about the Rankin's theory.
If you have driven or hiked along a mountain road, you have likely seen massive concrete walls holding back tons of earth. Ever wondered why they are there? Well, it's because of the stability of the soil. And the stability of soil depends on the slope of its surface. When the slope is steeper than what is considered safe, the soil becomes unstable and can collapse. While on the other hand, if the slope is a gentle and flatter than the critical angle, it's much safer. But what if there is no space to create that a gentle slope and a steeper slope is unavoidable? In such cases, a supporting structure is built to keep the soil in place. So, when the soil needs to be held back at a steep angle, we create these wall structures designed to provide the lateral support necessary to keep the earth from moving. These structures are called retaining walls. Without a retaining wall, the soil from the steep slope would slide down, making the slope unstable. The soil that the wall is holding back exerts pressure on the wall, and this pressure is called earth pressure. However, the term earth pressure can sometimes cause confusion as it could refer to either vertical or horizontal or both the forces exerted by the soil. To be more specific, the horizontal force exerted on the wall is called lateral earth pressure. Now, designing a retaining wall isn't as simple as stacking up concrete. It requires careful calculations of the magnitude or the amount of force with which the soil is pushing against the wall and exactly where that force is acting. The magnitude of this force depends on few more factors like the rigidity or flexibility of the wall, the relative movement of the soil and structure, the type of soil the wall is supporting, and even the drainage conditions around it. As we can see, there are a lot of factors at play here. And because of that, determining earth pressure isn't always straightforward. It's often statically indeterminate, meaning there is no single direct equation to solve for it. But to make things more manageable, we break a lateral earth pressure down into three main types: at rest earth pressure, active earth pressure, and passive earth pressure. First, let's look into the at rest earth pressure. When a retaining wall is completely rigid, meaning it does not tilt, slide, or deform, it holds the soil in place, preventing it from expanding outward or being compressed inward. In this condition, the horizontal stresses in the soil remain in equilibrium. The lateral pressure acting on the wall in this state is called at rest earth pressure. Then there is active earth pressure. Unlike at a rest condition, where the wall is rigid, here the wall actually moves just a little. This movement can happen for many reasons: vibrations from the traffic, erosion of the soil behind the wall, temperature changes causing the wall material to expand or contract, poor construction, or even the swelling and shrinking of clay soils. Now, as the wall moves away from the soil right next to it wants to separate from the rest of the soil mass. But soil has shear strength, which resists this movement and holds it together. The wall doesn't actually move this much, this is just exaggerated for a better view. In reality, it stays in contact with the soil. As now soil begins to hold itself together, the lateral pressure acting on the wall starts to decrease. If the wall keeps moving, a point comes where the soil's full shear strength is completely reached. Beyond this point, the soil can no longer hold its shape, it fails along a slip surface. At this moment, the pressure on the wall is at its minimum. This lowest possible lateral earth pressure acting on the wall is called active earth pressure. Now let's talk about passive earth pressure, which is basically the opposite of active earth pressure. This time, instead of the wall moving away from the soil, it moves towards it, compressing the soil against itself. The soil resists this movement due to its shear strength, which pushes back against the wall. As a result, the horizontal pressure acting on the wall keeps increasing. If the wall keeps pushing into the soil, a point comes where the soil's shear strength is completely used up. At this stage, the soil can no longer resist, it fails. And at this moment, the pressure on the wall is at its maximum. This highest possible lateral pressure acting on the wall is called passive earth pressure. So, in simple terms, active earth pressure is a minimum lateral pressure a wall can experience, while the passive earth pressure is the maximum. In both the cases, the soil is at the point of failure, either because of its expanding and breaking apart or getting compressed to its limit. So, we now understand the different types of earth pressure at rest, active, and passive. But the big question is, how do we actually calculate these pressures? Well, one of the simplest and most widely used methods
Okay, wala mo na nakunan ba? Hmm. Okay, so to kung ano, shorten or to summarize, sa types of Rankins earth pressure, so sa at-rest earth pressure, muna siya occurs when ang wall is stiff and does not move at all. So basically, walay movement yun. In this state, ang soil behind the wall is undisturbed and remains in its natural condition, which pushing sideways with its normal pressure. So, ang sa active earth pressure mo it develops when the wall moves slightly away from the soil, as you can see dito sa video. So, kaning nga small outward nga movement allows the soil to expand or stretch out, which reduces the sideways push on the wall. In other words, ang soil is kibali more relaxed sila, and then ang pressure acting on the wall is becomes smaller. So retaining walls are often designed with this condition in mind because most of the walls allow just enough movement to reach the active state. And last type of Rankins earth pressure is the passive earth pressure. So in this sa kaning pressure, earth pressure is opposite siya sa active earth pressure, no? Which occurs when ang wall moves into the soil, which mo compress kibali siya. So in this case, ang soil mobilizes its full strength and pushes back very hard against the wall. So ang pressure in the passive condition is much larger compared to the active case because ang soil particles are being forced tightly together, and which engineers can often rely on passive earth pressure for resisting forces in structures like sheet piles, anchors, o kanang mga buried foundations. Now, we will be having an example, no? In a while. Okay, hello, hello. Think wala ra nag-echo no. Regarding sa mga ano no, mga late nakaabot, after sa class na lang mag-on ko record. Okay, think nakita na ang ano no, di share screen. Hi, hi, hi. Later, later. So, sa coefficient of at rest earth pressure, nalantay ka na, natay duha ka buk nga consolidated soil. Kasi kita man. Sama na. So, again, no, natay duha ka buo consolidated soil, which is, okay, which is normally consolidated soil and over consolidated soil. So, before ta mo go over sa over consolidated soil, diri sa atas sa normally consolidated soil. So, sa normally consolidated soil is mo na siyang, let's say natay soil diha nga never been subjected to any significant pressure, which is muna siya ang virgin soil. Ako lang ko no? Virgin soil, VS. So, since wala pa man gid siya na subject into any significant pressure or any load, ang soil ani is very compressible. So, meaning they can deform and settle a considerable amount if i-apply ang load. And this is because since ang soil is virgin pakibali, so like wala pa gid nabut nga og any load, ang particles are very loose and have very large volume of voids. So when such soils are loaded, ang effective stress then is generated between their particles, which then cause them to settle. So let's say magbutang tag 50 kilonewton nga load or any no 50 kilonewton nga load. So ang mahitabo din sa soil ani, since again ang soil is loose pa kayong mga kuan pa kibali ba mo siya luod, Bisaya pa luod, no? So kung ato na din siya i-kuanan og kanang effective stress dayon niya kung but nga nato siya load, ang iyang effective stress then ana is murag magdikit-dikit ta din na sila ang mga voids, di na gagmay na lang din kay ang mga voids. Kay again gi-compress man siya, ang soil is gi-compress kay gibutngan og load. Murag og be sa may example ana. Unlan na lang. Let's say unlan, nagbuhat kag unlan. So like, lagi kay ibutang ana nga mga cotton, no? So kung ibutang nimo og kanang cotton, unya mapalabian nimo, kailangan nimo na siya i-press para like, i-compress gid nimo siya para like, kanang fully, mabutngan gid og ang pilo o kanang daghan nga cotton, no? Uy, masigo pa ni ana. So, i-compress na ko kay butngan pa nako, dugangan pa nako. Nga na kibali. So, sa diri sa soil is na-compress siya is because of the load. Now, let's say gitangtang na ang load. Gitangtang tong 50 kilonewton and ang soil which is undergone some degree of consolidation tapos gibutangan na po do other load na heavier than before, which is 100 kilonewton lugar. So ang ma-experience dahil sa soil is mo compress pa og ayo ang mga particles. Kay mas bugat-bugat na ba ang gibutang nga load, or let's say building man gani siya. Ano no, so like mas bugat-bugat so mo compress pagid na siya ayo hantod sa murag gagmay na lang gid kay iyang voids. So basically, ang sa normally consolidated soil, ang exhibit high compressibility, and large settlements when loaded, making them less suitable for supporting heavy structures. So sa normally consolidated soil naatay formula nga K sub O is equal to 1 minus sine theta, where K sub O is the coefficient of at-rest pressure. And the theta is of course the angle of internal friction. Now, naputay for normally consolidated clays, no, whose plasticity index is known. So, from Brooker and Ireland's formula, if ato ang plasticity index is between 0 to 40, our formula will be K sub O is equal to 0.4 plus 0.007 times the plasticity index. So let's say ang given ang gihatag lugar sa problem is ang gihatag kibali sa given is 35. 35. So of course, since ang plasticity index nga given is naman between 0 to 40, so kani nga formula tong gamiton. And now, substitute the 35 sa PI dayon. So 0.4 plus 0.007 times 35. Okay, so napod if ang ato ang plasticity index is between 40 to 80, so of course ato ang formula kailangan K sub O is equal to 0.64 plus 0.001 times the plasticity index. Now dirita sa over-consolidated soil. So sa over-consolidated soil, if ang soil is subjected to a heavier load, mas una kibali gibutngan og bugat nga load. Let's say una siya buta og kanang 100 kilonewton kibali. Then ilisan din siya og let's say any equipment or any load na siya nga na ano di ang soil no. Gilisan siya og lesser load than the previous one. So ang soil will then experience a lower effective stress sa iyang particles, which then make it a less compressible. So another example ana is let's say dito ay kuan siguro dito gihapon sa kanang pillow na lang. Let's say ay kanang daghan na imong nabutang daan unya ay dili man kailangan mo tang. Basta kay if unsa ni? If ang atong gikuan kibali is 100 kilonewton, so ang particles ana is digkit ta kayo. Ang source niya is ang voids niya is gagmay na kaayo, so di na kay siya makuan ang voids. Nya ilisan pa gid nimo 50. So of course ang iyahang soil din ana ay iyahang mga particles din ana is or iyang effective stress is mugamay, which is ang voids is mudaghan or mudako, no? So mo na nang making it a less compressible. So this is because na-rearrange na o na-densified na ang mga particles under the heavier one. So such soils with which have taas nga effective stress in the past than they are experiencing now, mo na atong makuan nga over consolidated soil. So basically, it is the opposite sa normally consolidated soil. Nakuha? Nakuha, class? Okay. So, sa over-consolidated soil, no, as you can see na di ba tayo 1 minus sine theta. Sa kaning 1 minus sine theta, di ba mo maning sa normally consolidated soil. For over over consolidated soil, igor ani mo siya i-multiply og square root. Square root of the OCR, where OCR is the present organic matter. Ang pasabot ana is sa OCR, di ba, 100 man to. Pulihan mo og 50, which is muna na ang ato ang present. Muna mo ibutang dayon dire sa formula. I-substitute nimo sa formula. So, ang OCR is the present over consolidated ratio. Okay. So, diri sa at rest earth pressure, ang sa at rest earth pressure, no, ang pagkuha sa force nato is unit weight of the soil times the coefficient, which is either aning duwa. It's either over consolidated soil or the normally consolidated soil. So muna siya nga coefficient times dayon sa height, then squared, divided by 2 dayon. There is a Rankine active pressure. There's a Rankine active pressure. To get the coefficient of the active pressure, pwede ta ning tan squared times the quantity of 45 minus theta over 2. O pwede po ning 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. Now to get the force, it's the same as the at rest earth pressure, no? Ang nakaano lang niya is magdepende na sa coefficient. Ilalay man sila coefficient. But the formula is just the same. Now, for the passive earth pressure is tan squared times the quantity of 45 plus theta over 2. It could also be 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta. So, most formula or like ginagamit gyud sa mga engineers or sa gatay kog mga board exam, ang ilahang ginagamit mostly for ginagamit nila mostly in answering is kani nga formula. Where ang iyahang ang nakalahi ra nino is iyahang sign. So sa active pressure is negative is in the numerator and positive is denominator. For the passive is bali. Positive ang naa sa taas, then negative ang nasa ubos. And again, for in solving the force sa passive earth pressure, it's same ra gihapon siya sa active pressure o sa katong at rest pressure. So dali ra gid kay na ninyo ma-memorize. Now, example. So what is the friction angle of the soil? So what is the friction angle of the soil when the coefficient of passive resistance is 5? So since naman tayo given nga coefficient daw sa passive or patong passive earth pressure. So ato ibutang diha nga K sub P is equal to 5. Now, since passive man, so of course, ang katong formula nga atong gamiton is, ay, dili ka na. Kani. Now, K sub P is equal to 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta. And substituting 5 diri sa katong K sub P, may mo siyang 5 is equal to 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta. And using your calculator, ma-shift solve na, we will be able to get 41.8. And no class. Kani nga problem is mostly moray gagawas nga problem sa board exam. Kani nga topic. Kay most problems nga manggagawas sa HPGE sa board exam is really more on hydraulics. Although nagya po foundation o geotech, like settlements and kaning earth pressure. But for this topic, ingani ra nga mga problem. So another problem. In accordance with Rankin's theory for lateral active earth pressure on a retaining wall with horizontal backfill, what angle of internal friction in degrees results in a coefficient of lateral earth pressure equal to 0.5? So kaning horizontal backfill class is nga na siya. Ay basically kani mo ni siya, mo ni ang horizontal backfill. Na diri ang imuhang soil, mo ni mong soil, imuhang retaining wall and mo ni soil and then the retaining wall. So mo na ang horizontal backfill. Now diri sa problem ang ginapangita nato is ang internal friction. Angle of internal friction. And since ang nakakuan sa iya ani is active earth pressure daw, which is naatay given nga coefficient gihapon sa lateral earth pressure, which is 0.5. Now, using the formula, K sub A is equal to 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. Again, kaning nga formula is kaning sa active earth pressure. And substituting 0.5 diri sa coefficient, so 0.5 is equal to 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. Using your calculator again, we will be able to get 19.47. So, no? Nga na siya pag-solve class. Maghatag kog another problem. Mga 2 problems. So, kani, a retaining wall has a height of 6 meters and is supporting a horizontal backfill as shown, which is kani. Again, sa board exam, ang ihatag nga problem is only this. Dili sila maghatag og figure. Siguro if maghatag og figure is diha sa PISAD. Pero in most cases ang sa HPG is mostly ingani ra gyud problem alone without the figure. Now, first is compute the Rankin's active force per unit length of wall. Second, compute the Rankin's passive force per unit length of wall. And the third is compute the lateral force per unit length of wall if ang wall is prevented from moving. Meaning prevented from moving, so like walay movement, meaning ang ginapangita sa number 3 is ang at rest. Okay. So, muna ito ang ato ang drawing. So, retaining wall daw na ay height nga 6 meters and is supporting a backfill. Muna ito ang soil or horizontal backfill nato. So, natay unit weight nga 16 and the theta nga 32. Since first, atong ginapangita ani is ang active force, then ang formula ana is kani, di ba? Muna siya nga formula to get the force. Now, before na to kwaon ang force nato, natay sa kaning formula na ay duha ka unknown. Kaning ang force and ato ang coefficient. So, since sa coefficient makuha naman nato na kay naaman tay theta or angle of internal friction. So, using the formula, K sub A is equal to 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. Substituting 32 degrees diri sa theta nato, we will be able to get 0.307 nga coefficient. Now, since nanamatay coefficient, so we will be able to solve the force. Substituting the coefficient diri sa formula, so 16 ang unit weight sa soil niya is 16 kilonewton per cubic meter. Height is 6. Yung dito ko na pinalimutan. Anyways, ako na ilisan. So, ang formula again no is K sub active din no H squared. Na siya square dapat. So, kani square. Dili man libok. So, 16 nga unit weight times coefficient nato nga 0.307 times height dayon nato nga 6 meters squared divided by 2 natay makuha nga 88.42. Kindly calculate daw class if same na ba gihapon. No class, are you still there? Same na? Okay. Okay, so natay makuha nga 88.42 kilonewton per meter. Now, diri sa number 2, gipangita is iyahang passive force. Passive force, again, mura gyapon nga formula, but before pag-solve og sa force, kailangan nato kuhaon ang iyahang coefficient. And using the formula again, which is katong 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta, substituting the 32 degrees, natin makuha nga coefficient nga 3.25. So, since na naman tayo coefficient nga 3.25, makuha na nato ang force. So, again, the unit weight of the soil is 16. Then, coefficient nato is 3.25 times the height nga 6 meters, then squared, divided by 2, na tayo makuha nga 936 kilonewton per meter. Now last, ang ginapangita diri sa number 3 since prevented from moving, so basically no movement at all. So if no movement at all, again it is the at rest pressure. So since ang at rest pressure no katong K sub O is equal to 1 minus sine theta, and ang ang formula nga gigamit is ang katong normally consolidated soil is because as you can see there's a problem, there is no OCR ratio, OCR or the over consolidated ratio. So and ang given put is naatay theta. Though na theta, but again, wala tay OCR. So, of course, we will be using the formula of the normally consolidated soil. So, K sub O is equal to 1 minus sine theta, and substitute the 32 degrees sa theta. So, natin makuha nga 0.47. Then, using the formula, 16 times 0.47 nga nakuha nato dire times the height nga 6 meters then square divided by 2, we will be able to get the force sa active at rest pressure nga 135.36 kilonewton per meter. Nakuha class? Gets? Okay, there is a last problem. So sample problem 2. A vertical retaining wall is 5 meters high. 5 meters high. And it is supporting a horizontal backfill having a unit weight of 18 kilonewton per cubic meter. The backfill is an over-consolidated clay. with a plasticity index of 26 and an over-consolidated ratio of 2. So, over-consolidated ratio mo, di ba nato ang OCR. Kajit lang class, kaysa ba ka ng iro. Okay. Amanta. So again no, ang over consolidated ratio is ang katong OCR nato. So natay OCR nga 2. So compute the at rest lateral force per unit length of wall. So of course, since problem ra ang gihatag, i-drawing sa nato una. Nada vertical wall nga 5 meters high. 5 meters high. And it is supporting a horizontal backfill. So of course, kani mo ni siya horizontal backfill nato. Having a unit weight of 18. Utang nato na nada over consolidated clay ni siya ha. So ang kuan niya is over consolidated clay with a plasticity index of 26 and an over consolidated ratio nga 2. So, there is a formula no. 'Di ba ang kani siya is for normally consolidated clays. If magkuha tag coefficient nga ang given is plasticity index. So atong buhaton din ana nya ato ang solve baya kay over consolidated. So atong buhaton ana is kani ay is opposite. Na isolve na to una ang normally consolidated nga since 26 man. So kung 26 ang ato ang gamiton nga formula is kani since it is between 0 and 40. So 0.4 plus 0.007 times the plasticity index. So na mo ni ang formula no. Substituting the given nato nga 26 which is 0.4 plus 0.007 times 26 nato nga plasticity index natay makuha nga coefficient sa at rest pressure nga 0.58. But wala pa wait lang ayan. So dili pa ta diha, wala pa nahuman. Dili pa na mao nga coefficient katong gamiton to get the force. So di ba since ato ang nakuha nga normally consolidated soil or coefficient sa normally consolidated is 0.58. 0.58. And di ba ato ang formula sa normally consolidated is 1 minus sin theta. It is also the same as, so kaning 0.58 nga atong kuan, since equal naman sila, so kaning 0.58, i-substitute na to ani. So may mo na siyang 0.58 is equal to 1 minus sin theta. Nakuha? Okay. So since na naman tayo 0.58 is equal to 1 minus sin theta, so di ba? Mura na siya ang kani is equal na daw kan aning 0.58. Mo nang ang kaning 0.58 is substitute na to ani kibali ka nang nasa parenthesis. So may mo siyang k sub o is equal to 0.58 times the square root of 2 which is mo to ang over consolidated ratio. Now, natin makuha dayon nga coefficient of at rest pressure nga 0.82. So, since na naman tay coefficient, we will be able then to get the force. Yan. We will be able to get the force. So, Force is equal to unit weight of the soil times the coefficient of at-rest pressure times the height squared divided by 2. Now, substituting the values given, 18 is the unit weight of the soil, 0.82 which is katong sa over-consolidated nga coefficient. Kani man ato kay again, ato ang horizontal backfill is an over-consolidated clay. So kanito ang gamiton nga coefficient. So substituting it sa formula, so 0.82 times the height dayon nga 5 meters squared divided by 2, we will then makakuha na din taog 184.5 kilonewton per meter. Do you get the solution? Nakuha ra class? Okay, so before we end the class, no, do you have any questions, clarifications, and valid reactions? Oh, by the way, again, mag-ingon lang ko, no, nga naa ang mag-quiz, online quiz mo tomorrow sa inyong time. I'll give it, isend ako or i-upload. Isend ako sa during your time. Okay, sige, wait. Magkuha ta sa mga present mga lights. Sige, ako ibalik ha kanilang nakakuan nga absent. Abasula,
Present, ma'am. Good evening.
okay. Adriake,
Present po, ma'am. Good evening.
okay, good evening. Buen Camino, wala. Dagapioso, wala din. Espanilla,
Good evening, ma'am. Present Espanolia po.
okay, good evening. Huntilla, Liberato, Liaban,
Present Liaban, ma'am.
okay. Sabas, Samorin,
Present Samurin, ma'am. Good evening.
okay, good evening. Tahum, okay, ito lang. So, any questions regarding sa topic? Yes.
Ma'am, regarding sa quiz, ma'am, unsay topic sa quiz, ma'am?
Ang topic sa quiz is katong sa last week lang sa. And then,